Okay, it says we're live. So I'm going to assume that we are live. Welcome to the Itch Network podcast. The date is 2/27/2020. Roosevelt is still not here, but JD
he said he was
is.
going to be here.
Yeah, he said, ironically, let's talk about it on the podcast. What it is, I feel like I can't tell you because we'll talk about it on some other podcast.
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know. But JD is here, my dear friend. Good to see you.
Oh, well, I'm not always here. There's been times. But, I'm here now. Doing the best I can.
Eric is prepping our D&D player.
Yeah, he just showed up, actually.
In the other room.
Yeah, man.
So if we ever broadcast that, there you go. That'll be a thing as well.
It'll be a blasty blast.
I believe it's the invisible stranger, the mysterious stranger, I think we call him.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Another word for pedophile. Huh?
No, well, not not applied to him, but you would say that about a mysterious stranger.
Yeah.
Maybe
Get
like
away from me.
a real Strider type.
Real Strider type.
Real Aragorn.
Real Aragorn on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I bought the extended version of that. The first trilogy, like the 10-hour behind the scenes, like per DVD. Like, I'm so excited.
I thought you were gonna say you saw it and it was just Aragorn hitting on the youth.
No, I used to own it. Then my parents divorced.
Oh.
And then so yeah, but it's all good.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
great.
fine. I'm fine. I'm not crazy.
I've never been better. Things are going great.
Yeah. So Spencer, what have you been playing?
I wish I could say I've been playing something different, but I haven't. I've just been playing Dragon Quest and League of Legends. I have been teetering with getting some Switch games because I'm considering getting the Switch Lite. For no other reason than it's a little console and I want it. And that's why I've been saying no. Like, you're an adult. You're going to keep yourself poor. But then on my other head is like, come on. Like, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool to have like a little teal Switch?
It's not bad.
I said, man, you want me to spend $200 so I can have a teal Switch? That's my struggle. If I did, I would probably get the Zelda remake.
Which one? Oh, Link to the Past?
No, it is the Link's Awakening.
Oh, that's right. God,
and I would get Tokyo Mirage Sessions as well, but I wouldn't play that first. That'd be a side piece kind of game. You know what I'm saying?
That game was almost the first Zelda I beat because I owned that one, and then it was I had Oracle of I think Seasons,
which is a good one,
before I had A Link to the Past, and then when Link to the Past came out on the GBA, I was like, done deal. This shit, I can't put this shit down.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
And then I do also want to play Final Fantasy VIII because I have it, the remaster on Switch.
Oh, you have it on Switch? But yeah, I have it on PS4.
I'm like, I should just get that or download that onto my Switch Lite and then play it portable. That'd be smart. I decided to play because I can record Switch games. It's just kind of a pain, but it's not really. But and I'm recording Dragon Quest right now. But I'm like, every game that I'm not going to like record, I'll just play on the Switch Lite and just carry that around. Because like I wouldn't record Final Fantasy VIII. That's an old ass game that I don't think anybody cares about. It's for losers. So JD, what games have you been playing?
I've been playing. Well, I've got them in front of me. Greedfall.
Beaten it yet?
No, because there was a point I was literally playing it, and then I was like, I don't know. I think what it was I had been I'm leaving. Sorry. I had been playing it, and then I watched this because I was like, oh, what's the max level in this game? And they're like, oh, it's 90. Don't have enough time for that. So I just put that shit
max level doesn't mean Like,
I
is that
mean,
expected end game level or max level?
well, so they steal a lot of shit from you, like at the start of the game. Like I can't even jump obstacles without being a certain level in like I think strength or vitality or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I miss half the world. So I'm like, this is fucking dumb. So, but I'm great at lock picking. I'll always be good at lock picking. You can start me up on any game. I'll be great at lock picking.
In this
Because
game,
that's
you said the main source of damage is or was magic, right? Like,
you do a lot of damage. It goes through armor. So characters get armor in the game and they have like these shields in front of them. So if you attack them with a physical attack, they take some damage, but it's armor. You have to break their armor and then you can actually do real damage to them. The light weapons, I believe, have a harder time going through armor, but they're safer. And then the heavier weapons have more commitment to the animation, but they tear through armor quicker. Or if you could just use magic, you go right through it. So I'm just like, thank you. So the
fireball.
abilities here are pretty cool. I have a teleport ability now, so I'm just like zipping. If some dude gets close to me, I'm just, and then I'm all the way over here. Like you literally turn into a black sort of wave, and then you disappear. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I went back and I actually started playing The Witcher again, and I said it last time. I was like, it's like The Witcher. No, it's a slower Witcher.
Slower Witcher.
Which isn't a good thing.
Are the stories as good?
No. Oh, the stories are interesting. Actually, the stories are interesting. You kind of have
How
to.
would you describe it? Because The Witcher obviously is shades of gray.
What do you mean? Like in the sense of
like The Witcher, there's not really good and bad. That's not really the dichotomy. It's more like business or greed. I don't know, or something like
you
that.
mean
Like your choices. Like
sure
originally the choices you'd always market it as like Old Republic, Knights of the Old
yeah.
Republic. Like you can either make good choices or bad choices, light or dark. But
So
The Witcher is more like you doing it just for the business, or slightly evil, maybe slightly greedy.
or do you have a heart?
A heart is a tough one in that game.
What are you talking about? I can accept a mission for no money
Sometimes
all the time.
You're right. Sometimes you can, but it's not necessarily always good and evil.
Oh,
in The Witcher.
Yeah, evil is evil, dog. Lesser, greater, middling.
So
If I'm to choose between one or the other, I'd rather not choose at all. Top 10 best anime trailers ever.
So I'll know exactly what you're talking about. How would you describe the quest in Greedfall?
So it's more of like, I think more about the world. So to put it bluntly, you have an accent. You are coming to the new world. It's just there's magic and there's beasts. And there's natives.
Oh, natives.
Yeah.
Kick them out.
And they're secondhand citizens. You get one on your team immediately when you get to the new world area. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Could it have been better? Sorta. There's some give and take with it, to be honest. Like it's interesting.
Oh, sorry. What? Keep going on this game. I thought you were done with this game, but keep going.
Oh, what? Fuck it. I'll skip it.
No. I was going to cut you off once you were done with this game.
Oh, I was gonna say it's okay right now. You just have to accept the fact that they're throwing a lot of new shit at you, so they're world building most of the time. It's not always amazing because they throw a lot of names at you and they throw a lot of organizations at you at the start, and you're just like, wait, who do I even want to be a part of? Yeah, you know who did a bad job of that was Outer Worlds. Because they just go, here's like 5 different organizations, and you're like,
yeah.
But it kind of didn't matter.
But the game was kind of built on that, right? If what Rosie said to me about it was correct.
It's supposed to, where it's like, oh, it's built up on it, like supposed to be. But at the end of the day, that is actually your what's it called? That's your good guy, bad guy shift.
Yeah.
Because obviously the good guys are very obviously good, and the bad guys are the money grubbing corporates. And it's so clear.
How many hours are you in Greedfall?
I think like 14 or 15.
Okay.
It's modest. like 9.
Oh shit.
You level up pretty quick, actually.
Were you
It's
taking your
interesting.
time?
Actually, yeah, I was. Well, so here's my biggest gripe. There have been 2 quests that I've done now. Like they're trying to give you like I think a better example of this game is Fable with Mass Effect, in the sense of like you have your buddies on your team and they want you to be open ended with your decision makings, but your choices matter, kind of thing.
Hmm.
So they're like, oh, you have to. It was the tutorial missions, and like you have to use sleeping pills on this thing, and you're like, okay. So you go to this item, and you have to have crafting level 1 to put a pill into an alcoholic bottle, and now you have a sleeping potion. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, it's a story thing. I can't do it. I was stuck for like an hour. And I remember this specifically because this is when I was watching a lot of wrestling documentaries. And I was just like, I know everything I need to know about the Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
fucking pissed off.
I've gone through Ultimate Warrior's entire lifespan and tried to figure
God
this puzzle out.
damn, man. I was pissed. And then I was like, fuck it. Like, because I don't like to do it because it ruins immersion for me. But I was like, fuck it. Go online. So I went online and I checked, and they're like, "Oh, just put on a coat from a sailor, and you can sneak in there just the same instead of using sleeping pills to knock him out."
Hmm.
I was fucking
It's kind of cool.
pissed.
There's an opposite way to do it, but definitely
There's
not.
there
I
was
wouldn't put that as like the tutorial mission.
yeah, there was actually 3 ways to do it.
Hmm.
One was I think you had to like blackmail someone or something. I think,
It's kind of like Hitman.
but I fucked that up.
I
So I was like, ooh. But yeah,
was gonna say, you know who you remind me of?
huh?
I just saw his special. I don't really watch SNL much, so I don't catch him very often.
Don't
But
tell me.
Pete Davidson.
Fuck you, dude.
What?
I don't like Pete Davidson.
Oh, he's very popular.
Yeah, he's got self-deprecating humor. But how do you fuck up Ariana Grande like that, man?
What? She's a hoe.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's a little 20-year-old, whatever.
He's
He's
a
a little
20-year-old
young
that
guy.
doesn't know what to do with his dick.
Anyway,
All right.
I was watching him his special last night. I'm like,
Oh,
he's just like
alive
me.
and
Like his mannerisms are just very similar to yours. Oh no, he's a very handsome man, and lots of girls like him. He's with all these Hollywood hotties, so I think you should be.
focus
Oh,
on this. Anyway,
you been playing anything else? Street Fighter, I know that.
yes, absolutely Street Fighter. If I had the case for Eunice, I would tell you Eunice.
Went digital, baby.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, at this point, for fighting games, sometimes it's better to go digital because you're just like, oh, you want
Because you gotta
like,
throw it up.
well, no, Eunice going from Eunice to Uniclear was a free update.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, you just logged in, and then you could get the new character if you wanted to. So I was like, fuck it, I'll spend $5, and I bought him. I've also been playing Fighters, which I own digitally because I'm gonna play those 3 games at Evo.
Fighters, Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball
Z.
Fighters.
Oh, Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Fighters.
dude,
Okay.
they changed the entire fucking game. It's a different game now. Shit doesn't even make sense anymore.
That's good.
It's yeah, and then
You're on that new game hunt for the meta kind of thing.
exactly, yeah, it's
That's
like,
fun.
hey, we just it's like Overwatch. Everyone has 2 ults now, and it's like, whoa, you have loadouts that you can do. It's like, holy shit. So that's kind of what it is. And then
Going back.
I played a little bit. I got out of
We
the area,
never played another minute of that game.
dude. I'm going to. I'm gonna get through it.
I was
But
watching her do it. I was guiding her through some of it. She handled most of it, but I was guiding her through a little bit of it. It looked so fucking boring. So there's no way.
the cutscenes are the only interesting thing because it's nice seeing the characters just interact, and it's cool seeing. I like seeing the technology of it. One thing I was going to tell you was I've been watching a lot of GDC videos,
Okay.
and one of the biggest ones that I watched was about um, uh, how to pitch your game, why I don't care about your pitch. and it was a publisher talking about how developers have to pitch their games and how so many of them fail. And it goes back to that old adage: everyone has a cool game idea, but no one knows how to make it. And then I actually thought about Death Stranding, and I was like, the only reason why this game was made is because Kojima pitched himself to get that game made.
Yeah.
It wasn't because at the end of the day, some of the stuff they were saying, there was 30 items. But one of the things is like, show me concepts, make it interesting, make the audience care about what it is. And Kojima's shit is so abstract that it's very obvious that he pitched himself and not the game.
Oh, for
to
sure.
Sony, and that's why Sony was like, "Yeah, you can make whatever you want." Like,
Dude,
I don't know the sales on
that game would have sold like just as well as it did if they'd never released video game footage and just released trailer footage the entire time.
Right, and it just
did not matter. He literally made a 50-hour walking simulator.
And people are just like, "It's the crowning achievement of gaming." I'm like, that's buyer's remorse. That is. I don't think the game is terrible. I actually like the cutscenes, and I think if we're comparing here, Greedfall can learn a thing or two from Death Stranding about world building, because Greedfall does a lot of, the Lale Lule Low, and then someone's like, the Lale Lule Low, and he's like, yeah, the Lale Lule Low, they did blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh my god, like you can at least make it organic,
keep the mystery
at least
alive
make sure
a little bit.
Flows, because when you have those interactions, it feels smooth. It feels like, all right, these are individuals actually talking to each other. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all for the most part I've been playing. That's what actually when our brother's coming is we're gonna play Eunice.
Nice.
So practicing for Evo, baby.
The movie's out, which I'm actually kind of interested in. A couple of these. We starting off with The Whistlers. Gets a 75.
Cool.
I don't know what that is. The Invisible Man. Do you know about this?
Yeah, they redid that. Did you see the Candyman trailer, by the way?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's being made by
Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah. I could have sworn they got the same actor again that's going to do Candyman.
I've never seen Candyman.
Me either.
So
that's an adventure for another time.
Sounds like some Willy Wonka shit or something. I don't know. But Invisible Man got a 71. My Hero Academia Heroes Rising.
Yeah, that's what we saw yesterday.
71. What's your review of that?
It wasn't that bad. Actually, it was better than the first one, to be honest. Me and Eric agreed that there was just one part that was like really like about it, but it's pretty much that they blew their load too quick. In anime, a big trope is the power level struggle, and they use it. I want to say that analogy is based off of Goku. So like Goku in Dragon Ball and mainly Dragon Ball Z just keeps getting stronger to meet the challenge, and he has to do a transformation to meet the challenge, and then another transformation. And it's like that. Yeah. They did the same thing on that. And My Hero actually isn't known for that. They have organic character growth where they learn a really small new thing, and then they're like, we're going to stretch this out and make it feel like you care about the characters. And it's actually I still believe it to be the best shonen that's out right now. Shonen is generally geared for younger kids. It goes up to like 18 or no, not 18. It goes up to like 25, I think. Because you can have is that right? You can have more mature.
That was like Yu-Gi-Oh! In Shonen, wasn't it? More like adult, like with blood and stuff.
When the manga absolutely first came out, yeah, because it wasn't even about cards. He was playing any game, and there was a part he lit someone on fire. You're just like, yeah, your move. But
playing Rochambeau.
Yeah, dude, it was right. Take this light. But yeah, they had a power level issue. Some of the scenes are cool, but they had a power level issue, and I was like,
did they win? Did they win the game or the fighting? But with the power of friendship.
Of course, no, not through the power of friendship. There was some broken arms and and all that shit. Oh. Broken arms, broken legs. Someone was disintegrated.
Main character?
No, they're not going to kill a main character in the movies. The movies are generally not canon. Or if
Oh, the movies are always that.
yeah, like Dragon Ball only recently started making their movies canon, and
You,
they're really just short versions of the sagas.
do you know what my
So like
first
Return of Free.
experience with that is? And probably
No,
only because I don't watch anime. Is in Yu-Gi-Oh. I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan as a kid,
you guys good.
and I remember I was watching. Do you remember like the Battle City tournament?
Yeah, I actually like that one.
Yeah, so they're doing that Battle City tournament. Now I'm into it. I'm like, who's going up next? Like, just be Weevil, I think, or no, Weevil wasn't even. I don't even think he was in it. But
Yeah.
they beat all these cool people, and they're like, okay, now we're going to the finals on this blimp. It's like, fuck yeah, they're gonna do a fucking final battle on top of a blimp. This is awesome. Like, oh no, the blimp went off course, and then they ended up in this weird like cybernetic world where they were like dueling with like other weird characters. Like they were dueling with actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like were the opponents.
Oh no, that was filler, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I didn't even know that stuff existed. And
Oh,
then
me either.
and then I was like, what am I watching? Like, are they ever gonna go to that blimp? Like, what?
Get back here, dude. That was That's why that was the main joke about Dragon Ball Z. That's why it took 50 episodes for someone to die. I think it ended at episode like 300 because there were literally episodes of them just punching back and forth. And you're like, who's gonna win? It's like watching a wrestling match, really.
Like, cause
It's
it's like you're just like, what's the finish?
like, what's the finish?
And
it's
you
like
get an hour-long Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels classic.
well, not all classics in this case. Like the Frieza versus Goku, it took so long for anything to happen that by the time you got to the end of it, it was like, what's a good example? It was like, so like really cool fights, right? Was like 18 versus 17 and 18 versus, no, 18 versus Vegeta, where he gets his arm broken and like his, like, what's it called, is shattered. His pride is shattered. That is like Undertaker versus Mankind at Hell in a Cell. Like, it's just, all it is just this happens, then this happens, and this happens, and you're just like sold.
Yeah.
And then you go over to, think of it like an Iron Man match, but it's
From the 80s?
Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
And you're just,
They're all just winded the whole time?
they're winded the whole time. They're doing the same spot. No. It's Goldberg and Scott Steiner. Because Scott Steiner is just going to keep suplexing you. And
Yes.
that's all I fucking see. And then Goldberg is just spearing you the entire time. That's all it is. Or Nash. You could put Nash in there too. He's only got the, 6-move shuffle, right? He's just going to.
Weird side comment. Be careful what you wish for.
Oh, I don't want that shit. Are you talking about Goldberg?
Yeah, those.
Oh, I already know about the Super Showdown.
Well, those three in 2000. I'm just saying.
Oh, in 2000. Oh, yay! It's
Anyway.
gonna be great.
Yeah, I read about Super Show. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
figured I'd watch it.
You're gonna watch it. You could.
I was tempted to, but I heard my girl lost. I ain't a fan of that.
Your girl lost.
Naomi, man.
Oh, she's gonna go to WrestleMania. She'll be fine. Saving her
Yeah,
moment.
probably. I'm more excited for WrestleMania than I am for anything else. Anyway, this is besides the subject. Let's talk about games. What's the first article? Or wait, no, you have games that came out.
Oh no, I have more movies. The next one I'm curious about and very disappointed from this review, but I also, as I've said before, have stopped caring about reviews because I think they're all bullshit.
Yeah.
The movie The Jesus Rolls. I am a big Lebowski fan. It's actually probably my favorite movie.
Is that the sequel?
Yes.
Huh.
Do you remember the Jesus, the bowler?
Dude, I didn't see all of Big Lebowski.
Oh, he's a very small part, but he's just a pedophile. And he's not like, he's a very, very small part. Just, he happens to be a pedophile and he bowls. And they kind of run into him and he just says, "Don't fuck with the Jesus."
Good to know.
The Jesus rolls on. Hours after being released from prison, Jesus Quintana Jesus Quintana, I should say, pairs up with fellow misfits Petey and Mary and embark on a freewheeling joyride of petty crime and romance. And there's some names in here. I don't know who Audrey Tato is or Bobby Cannavale, but I definitely like John Hamm is in here.
Oh, yeah. John Hamm's
Pete
weird.
Davidson's in here. Oh my god, I didn't know you were working on movies. And of course, Jesus is played by John Turturro.
Tortilla.
Tortilla. Anyway, a little disappointed. I assumed it's usually kind of a critical darling. I'm kind of surprised. Was this by the Coen brothers, though? Doesn't say on here. Oh, see all details and credits. Because the Coen brothers are usually pretty... Oh, the director is John Turturro. Oh. He just wanted to make a movie about a character he played in a movie once.
Awesome.
You know that's going to go well.
Yeah, then, it's probably not a good film then.
And then finally we have Guns Akimbo. It's the 44.
Oh, yeah. That's with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes. Is that who that? Yeah, that looks like him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
He does weird movies, man. He doesn't do like
traditional. Him and Elijah Wood have actually both talked about it.
What do they say?
I do random shit.
I do weird fucking movies.
Because
I don't know why I gave him that accent.
Because they had what's his name did Daniel Radcliffe did Swiss Army Man.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. Off the wall.
What a strange movie.
I heard it was really good, but I've not seen it. It's on my to watch list. But
yeah,
you know me, too many bitches.
Too many bitches and hoes, man.
I'm getting head right now. Stop.
Speaking about getting head, here's some cool games.
Yep.
Sure. Dreams gets an 89.
Good for them.
Have to try to play that. Or
have you seen some of the creations?
No.
They made Final Fantasy VII remake in it.
What does it look like? Like, is it good?
You can choose the art style.
Okay. Like, so does it look like Final Fantasy?
I mean, they're smaller. They're like chibi versions, but yeah, it's Final Fantasy.
Chibi? Does that give you nightmares?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm triggered.
I know you don't like chibi stuff. That was one of the first things I learned about you. I think I reviewed...
Not even my name. That motherfucker over there doesn't like chibi shit.
That black, I'll tell you, he don't like his chibis.
That black eating that chicken. It was like chibi shit.
No, I think I reviewed Persona Q. And you're like, what's the art style like? I'm like, oh, it's something, because I didn't even know about it that much. And I was like, oh, it's like chibi. That was the first game I ever played that was chibi.
I think it was before that. You did one of those dungeon anime things.
It had to be Persona Q because that was the first. That was like literally like the first or second review I ever did.
No, it was the one where you said "fuck it."
Oh, Fantasy Life.
Was that it? Yeah, and it's chibi, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah,
that shit fucking sent me. Still around. Fuck it. Good times.
We got Blood Roots. I don't know what that is. Gets an 83. This one, I almost want to add this to the list that we were talking about earlier. This is on the Switch. It's called Rune Factory 4 Special.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Harvest Moon, but a lot more dungeon crawling in it.
Oh, yeah. That sounds way more interesting.
But I played it, and it's a lot of talking. I had it on the 3DS or something.
So don't get it.
See, it's like, should I get this shit or not? And I don't... I can't tell.
You're only feuding with yourself.
I know, I am. Like, nobody else gives a shit. They're just like, do it. I don't care. Like, who cares?
Oh, side note. I forgot to mention, I'm actually playing another game.
Oh, what are you playing?
Well, I'm playing two other games. Deus Ex.
Okay.
Human Revolution.
Old game, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to play the first one again. I never beat the first one. But I'm doing it chronologically. And then from the story. And then the other one is the Unreal Engine.
I'm playing a game called Life, trying to make
games.
Make games.
I'm getting familiar with the engine, and then one day I'm gonna, not one day, but
maybe not
sometime very soon, I'm gonna make a game a week.
A game a week? Oh, like
A small, it's
little
small
games,
games.
and
Yeah,
slowly
yeah,
build on your skill
yeah.
until you make the ultimate game, which will be a mobile app that you can monetize and put little ads in it at every 5 seconds.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta have a soul.
Hmm.
About that.
Okay, you say so.
I didn't know you dyed your hair, Spence.
You need to teach me how to use the Unreal Engine once you're proficient.
It's a lot of fun, and I think it'd be even more fun with more than one person.
Yeah, we'll
But
make
you,
some. We'll make a
but you
mobile
have
game that we
to.
can slowly monetize every 5 seconds.
Can we use just your name on the front of it then?
Yeah, and
I'll
I'll
get
just, you
small
know what, we'll
proceeds.
do that, and I'll just collect all the checks, and
No,
it's
listen.
gonna be great. It's gonna work out real well for
Hold
me.
on.
No, of course, whatever you want, as long as we're making money. That's all that matters to me.
Make that money.
Warcraft 3 Reforged. Speaking of games without a soul, this game is still at 60, and somehow it's still on this list. I don't know why. But
Yeah, it's been like a month.
yeah. And then Overpass gets 53.
Ooh,
Couldn't
isn't
pass
that...
over that score.
Oh, that's Outriders. Never mind. It's another game
This
coming
is some
out.
kind of racing game or something.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Fucking losers.
We already went over the releases, so we can skip that. I got a couple news stories. Is yours a more exciting one than the ones I'm going to read?
You do yours, because we could potentially have the same one.
Okay. JD has a mystery story. I will start off with Riot's new shooter, Project A, is called Valorant, according to leaks. This is
They leak the heroes.
Polygon. Yeah, there's 3 heroes that are potentially leaked. One with details.
Are you gonna play it?
If it looks okay. I don't know. Looks kind of stupid, to be honest.
Come on, man.
I don't play Counter-Strike. I'm not some kind of loser.
I don't play Counter-Strike either.
We got Sage, who appears to be some kind of sentinel as her character class. And then 2 other characters called Brimstone and Viper, who we don't really know much about.
Viper!
But Sage has some ability descriptions. I'm a little disappointed. I thought they were going... What I thought they were going to do was create, like, one massive universe with the characters they already have, because they're super marketable, at least some of them. And just, like, integrate them into all these different videos.
You're talking about League?
Yeah.
No, you can't do a shooter with League.
No, well, with those characters.
You could do, what's it called?
There's characters in that game with guns.
You could do Battleborn League version. You could do that.
Oh my god, how great.
But that might as well be League. I miss that game so much though.
I'd be totally down for that.
Oh god.
No, but like they have like a whole section of characters that are marksmen. They could make a shooter out of that.
Tequila and games. That's all I remember from that era. Because that's all we did. I drank every fucking day and I was like, Battleborn?
Yeah, just be like we're playing Battleborn. We'd stop talking for a second. JD,
I had margarita mix on deck, and I was like, "You guys want some nachos?" Every time. Anyway,
but yeah, I was kind of hoping they would do that. I thought that's what they're doing with the fighting game. It's like characters.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense though.
Yeah, they have. I think they have enough ranged characters that they could make that work.
Yeah, but like, then you get into the argument of object versus hit scan, or projectile versus hit scan. So like hit scan is like Soldier 76, right? Mm-hmm. How they design him is he clicks, the button immediately goes there. There is no bullet travel. And then you go to a character like Zenyatta, his orbs, when he shoots them, they all have travel time. So you have to lead off moving targets, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Just about everyone in that game would be, more of those characters would be projectile characters than hit scan. And that's not
true.
All right, how many people actually like fire a gun? Just count the number, don't give me the names.
Okay. Like 5, maybe 6.
Are those 5 or 6 the most popular characters in the game? I know one is, because I think you're talking about that red-headed pirate.
Oh, I didn't even count her. That's my favorite
Okay.
character.
I guess she isn't because you didn't count her, and I did.
Because I counted her. I said, no, that's Bay.
Not day, not today.
Yeah. But no, yeah. There's like 5 or 6, 6 or 7 maybe.
But are they going to sell the game? Is the thing. Like if you look at the fighting game for League, they have like the characters that are more known, right? I don't even play League, and I know that Fox girl, right? I know I've seen
You
her.
know Ari? Okay.
Yeah. And then the Shield guy is in like one of the first trailers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or the Knight dude. So and Lady Luck or whatever in it. It's Lady Luck, isn't it?
No.
What is she? The pirate girl.
Misfortune.
Misfortune. Close enough.
Well, misfortune, like you have the misfortune of meeting her.
Oh, so she's a bitch. Anyway, but she'll probably be in the fighting game too, because those are marketable characters that they could put in. But with the shooter, like I don't know if they would put 5 guys. Like if you look at Overwatch with Hitscan, you off the bat, you have Tracer, Sombra, 76, Baptiste. Trying to think here. I know there's Widow. That's already 5 right there. Right, and I know there's more. I'm blanking right now. But
I will say though, League has a good variety though. They've got a shotgun guy.
Oh, Reaper 6. Thanks.
Yeah, shotgun guy. Misfortune has dual pistols.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking, baby.
Quad pistols then.
Jin has a single pistol. Caitlyn is sniper.
Yeah.
Aphelios has a morphing gun. It changes into a bunch of stuff. He's a stupid character. He should be removed from the game. But he has that. We could put turrets down. That character is so dumb. So there's they have a variety, which I think they could really capitalize on for a shooter. And maybe they start off with that and then make, Sage or Brimstone and Viper. I don't know. But I
don't know, man.
I think they could do that. And what a great way to promote your game, familiarity.
I think you're stealing from another company at that point. You're stealing from
like Overwatch?
No, Heroes of the Storm. That's the only reason why I played their game. It wasn't like, it's a deep MOBA. These are characters I played before.
But obviously it worked. You playing it.
That's what I'm saying. But it works because it makes sense. Not every character that transferred over is, amazing. But I can tell you what, I don't think Reinhardt's in the game. But like Anna, healer, she's a point and click healer. That makes sense. Right? From at least to my limited knowledge of MOBAs, that makes sense to me. You have Tracer as this sort of disruptor, probably jungling, comes out, runs away kind of thing. That's her job, is to harass. Just like it is in Overwatch.
Tracer would be an AD carry.
Isn't she?
Not a jungler. How
Whatever,
dare
dude.
you?
Whatever. Okay, fine. Genji's a jungler then, right? Because he has the ability to jump. He can
close gap close. Yeah.
He can close gaps very easily. And then that kind of thing is what I'm saying. They're able to relate it. And granted, I know you don't like the game, but I can't discredit how they've made their characters. Like even Lucio, how they've made their characters translate to a different thing. Like they're trying to get you to play all their products. It's very homogenous. They're like, play Lucio on Overwatch, you might be able to play him on Dota, kind of thing. So that's what they're trying to
do. That I think they should,
because they don't have every single character. You don't see freaking McCree in there. You see Diva, but you don't see Winston. There's a reason.
Well, they create some new characters, and then maybe those guys will go over to League. Who knows?
I'd rather see that sooner than I would the opposite.
Interesting.
Like patch them in later, I would say. Because I feel like Riot's that company that's just going to patch in a lot of stuff, which isn't bad. Like people fucking lose their fucking mind on fighting games and stuff. Like, oh my God, it's another patch. You put in a new character. Why don't I wait till all this shit comes out? Because you're not going to play every goddamn fucking character. I don't play half the characters in fucking Street Fighter. I play one character in Eunice. And they're all really in depth. This expansion, this new game, put in one new character. they're all really deep characters, but you're really looking at 16 characters, 17 characters. That's it.
Smash Bros.
Okay.
Had 8 or 10. I think the first Smash Bros. Had 10 or 12.
Pikachu, Kirby. All right, let's start by franchise. Mario, Peach, right?
No.
Mario,
Luigi.
Yoshi, Luigi, Bowser.
No.
Bowser wasn't in the first one.
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Ness.
Ness was in it, of course.
Captain Commando, Captain Falcon,
Captain Falcon.
Fox, Pikachu, Donkey Kong, Samus,
Donkey Kong, yes. Samus, Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff, Link.
Okay, so it's 12.
Yeah, it's 12. Who's the last one?
Did we say Donkey Kong already?
Yeah, we did. We said Yoshi too.
Kirby? Did we say Kirby?
Yeah. I probably didn't say Kirby.
Yeah, I just knew that it was even. It was like a small even number.
Spent many a childhood late at night staring at that screen.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyway, all right, let's move on from that. That's interesting though. I wasn't expecting to take that into like a Blizzard kind of thing. That was interesting.
It's your boy you're talking to.
You hit me with
I'll make everything a rant. So I won't shut up.
We'll rant about this. Speaking of
dude
cheating to get ahead, Kazuhisa Hashimoto. You know who that is?
No.
Well, he's 61.
Good for him.
Except he just died.
Who is he?
He created the Konami code.
Oh. That's all I got.
Their Konami's official statement. We are saddened to hear about the passing of Kazuhisa Hashimoto, a deeply talented producer who first introduced the world to the Konami code.
That's really sad that that's all you're known for.
He added that there was no big story behind the creation of the code. He simply needed it to beat Gradius.
Yeah, he put it in so he could, yeah. Wait, was it Gradius or was it... They're saying Gradius. Was it Gradius?
Well, this is from a reputable source, the New York Times. I don't think they would lie to you.
I think it was... Hold on.
Because I was the one who was going to be using it, I made sure it was easy to remember. Contra made the Konami code famous.
Oh, they made it famous.
Since then, its reach has exceeded the confines of video game consoles, websites, etc., etc.
Yeah, because everyone's like, hey, remember, I used to cheat.
Down, bro.
On my wife. I mean, on...
Use that Konami code on my wife.
Right. Shit didn't work.
I went up, down on some whore.
What a bitch.
What a great way to commemorate Kazuhisa Hashimoto. Congratulations, and we apologize for his untimely death. Good 61 does seem kind of young, especially for the Japanese. They usually live pretty long.
Yeah.
How did he die? Was it some kind of horrible car crash? It doesn't say. Maybe another site would say, but I don't really want to look into it.
Yeah, fuck it. Rest in peace.
He died from a video game related incident. Okay, next up. Speaking of, I'm a little sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I went to the doctor today to ask him if I had the flu, and he told me I was being a big pussy. Turned me away.
Sure it wasn't the coronavirus?
He was sure. He said, why'd you come here?
He's like, oh, fuck! Get out!
He's wearing a mask the whole time.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even look at me.
And he ended every phrase or every sentence with, you sick fuck. How you doing, you sick fuck? This is your bill, you sick fuck.
I'm trying my best.
Turn your head and cough, you sick fuck.
Okay.
Louder, you sick fuck.
Well, speaking of diseases, You heard of a game called Plague
I'm
Inc?
getting texts to tell Spencer to clean his desk.
People need to know I'm hydrated.
People need to know I'm hydrated, he says. Anyway.
Doctor's orders. Stay hydrated.
You sick fuck. Anyway.
You heard a game called Plague Inc? I've actually played this game myself.
Yeah, I got pulled by China's what's it called?
Yeah, pulled from the iOS App Store in China.
Is that because it's too close to home?
It is way too close to home. Plague Inc. saw a spike in popularity in China and the other countries following initial reports of the coronavirus outbreak.
You know, the coronavirus is actually slowing down in China. It's branching out to Italy and Korea more, though.
We're sharing the wealth. I think all that stuff is way overhyped. The death rate is so... I guess low is a mean term because people are dying, but
yeah,
it's pretty low.
It's like a school shooting kind of thing. Like, I mean, school shootings are obviously bad, but I mean more in the sense of like they report on it so much, so you hear about it so much. So you're like, every day there's a school shooting. Pretty often there's a school shooting, but every day,
yeah,
not necessarily. And you're like, you go into a school and you're like, am I gonna get shot? Is this Columbine? You know, like that's what you immediately like. It's not the case.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's not.
I mean, if you look at even through history, all these ones, whether it be a form of coronavirus or even the plague, our history books tell us the plague was just this devastating, monstrous thing, and it was
the Black Plague
to a certain extent. Yeah, it was to a certain extent, but the death rate was like 2%.
Was it really?
Supposedly, yeah, it's pretty low.
Dude, I mean, we're so unhygienic then.
Here's the thing. 2%, except that it also infected like literally everybody. So the death rate was higher because everybody was getting infected by it.
The Black Death. Black murder. Okay, dude. Okay. All right. No, this is a big deal, dude. It's from an estimated 475 million to 350 million.
Deaths?
It dropped the world population from that much.
Maybe I'm talking about a different plague.
Which
plague am I talking about? Which plague am I know I heard it was like there was
all right, this is the Black Death. We're talking about Europe, 1300s, 1400s.
Okay, what am I talking about?
Dude, and okay, at the end of the day, this was the span of 7 years. This is pretty serious.
I'm talking about a different plague. That's not it then. But also, yeah, you got to keep in mind back then. Also, they didn't. I mean, that's what triggered us washing our hands and stuff.
Jack shit to clean themselves.
Yeah.
Is that shit in your mouth? Yeah, I could take care of some pigs, but pass on the bacon. Oh God.
But yeah, in general, they're like 1%, 2% max death rate.
Not the Black Death, man.
Not that one. Okay, I'll admit that.
That's a bad death, man. I would rather not.
But yeah, I guess that's too close to home. The last news story I have is such a small one. It's more of us just poking fun at it, I think. The Dark Pictures. Remember Man of Medan?
Did they get canceled?
No, it's good news, unfortunately.
I figure we should probably play the other ones, but
well, we can now. The follow-up, Little Hope, is the name of it. Releases in summer 2020.
Oh my God, that long? I don't give a fuck.
And it's starring Will Poulter.
Isn't that that's the bully from what's it called? The Cube, the Maze.
Maze Runner.
Yeah, Maze Runner. Thank you.
Yeah,
he's a good actor.
I've never seen any of his movies.
Don't watch the Maze Runner. The first one's actually not that bad. The second one does a good job of pacing. The third one fucking sucks.
It's a movie for teens, right? Isn't that one of those like what do you call it?
The book was
teen
movies?
Whatever.
Yeah. I watched the first one, I think, with an ex at the time who had a huge crush on what's his name because he was from Teen Wolf. And then me in theaters just
Yeah.
I'm here too. And then the sequel, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm actually into this one. This one's pretty fast paced. Like they know how to like do pacing and all that shit. There's some good scenes. They have what's his name from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad in it. Owns the chicken joint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's
How
got a pretty
random.
good role too. And I think he's in the third one too. But this is post Breaking Bad, so he's like that
Yeah.
BB money ran up, and then they're like Better Call Saul, and he's like, I'm back.
Now he's getting that Disney money, right?
Yes, he
Mandalorian.
is. Yeah, man. Wait, hold on. Who is he in Mandalorian again?
He's like not a Sith Lord, but like he uses some kind of Sith blade at the end. He was.
He survives. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that. I remember watching Mandalorian when I was playing Fallen Order. That was a good time actually, because I was getting my ass
Star Wars up.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's what you should do. Next time we play Old Republic. Oh, let's talk about that. The High Republic. I'm serious.
Republic.
Google it right now.
The High Republic.
You didn't see this. I'm surprised.
The High Republic publishing campaign in 2020.
You know what it is? It's the remade Old Republic. They got a Wookiee with a lightsaber on it, man.
Don't do this.
Oh man, if that's how you get Revan in here, fuck it. Fuck it. Just don't fuck up his story. Give me Revan. Don't fuck up his story. We're good.
Wait. What is it though? Is this a movie?
So it's really the next era. They're gonna do books on it, but I can guarantee that's gonna be the new EU.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Right.
But there's already an Old Republic graphic novel.
Dude,
it was actually not bad.
They're not going to consider that. Come on now.
Of course
Don't
not.
be silly. Don't be stupid.
They're hiring top tier fan favorite authors: Claudia Gray, Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, Cavan Scott, and Charles Soule. Man, that's gonna be awesome. Those guys are all my favorite authors.
Are you being sarcastic?
Of course I am. I don't read.
What is read? Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see that.
Kind of sad that I have now.
To be honest, give me. You know what that's gonna mean, though.
What?
I already know what it's gonna mean. That's gonna mean
more women empowerment, more women, women with the blade.
Fuck up! It's gonna be Nazi Old Republic in the High Order now instead, and the thing that I was thinking that they were gonna do is combine both of them into one game. I could be wrong.
And make a third one, so we put them all together in like a huge ass game.
Hey, they're all about trilogies.
Yeah.
I think that
can I be totally blunt?
You don't like change.
No, I think change is good.
Get the hell out!
I'm gonna
of
say
here.
something.
Shut the front door.
You're probably gonna disagree with me on this.
I might.
Star Wars: The Old Republic was good because BioWare at the time and Obsidian, which still is, were good and are good at telling stories. They're very strong storytellers who have a passion for lore and dialogue.
You said are good.
Obsidian, not BioWare. They were though. BioWare was good at a certain time. The actual Star Wars Old Republic setting is pretty fucking boring.
The first one. The second one's more interesting to me.
The concept of like a million Jedi as a normal thing was already kind of explored in the prequel trilogy.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Star Wars, to me, is fun when the Jedi kind of thing is almost like a myth. And I love the Old Republic. It's like my favorite RPG, one of my top favorite RPGs, and definitely for the Xbox, it's like my favorite game. But it's good because BioWare is good. Was good. It's not because Star Wars is this amazing, especially that is like an amazing brand.
Amazing IP.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
my piece.
Let's go back a little bit on. So BioWare definitely screwed the pooch. Let's look at Obsidian's games.
Okay.
So the first major game was Knights of the Old Republic 2, not 1.
Right.
Which has the fragmented story, not 1.
What are you talking about?
The one you haven't played.
I played a little bit of it and I liked it. The only reason I stopped is because I'm pretty confident my mom threw it away.
What? Okay, what about now?
I know I should play it. Every time I try to play it, I like get absorbed into something else. It's just
Okay, all right. You're not playing anything though right now.
That's true.
Play it now, dude. Trust me. It's a good. It's a lot of fun.
There's that, and I watched my friend beat it.
Who cares? You
know,
have the Telos restoration thing, so the endings are actually different. They're the
Okay.
traditional endings.
Okay.
So all right. So there's that. Neverwinter Nights 2, which I actually own, like a physical copy of. Not that bad. It's actually a lot of fun. Alpha Protocol.
Next.
Do you remember that?
I know of it. I've never played it.
That was I beat it.
Close to a game I would play.
And I was legit. There's a scene where you're getting interrogated and you're wrapped up, and you can seduce the girl who's interrogating you.
Okay,
Like,
maybe I will
why don't
play
you
it. That
suck
sounds
my
great.
dick?
That sounds
God.
kind of awesome.
And then probably one of their crowning achievements. I would say their crowning achievements. New Vegas, which is still my favorite Fallout.
Yeah,
I like 4.
you could argue that.
Then they did
didn't
Dungeon
play.
Siege 3, which fucking sucks.
Oh.
In my opinion, it's everything Dungeon Siege wasn't. South Park, Stick of Truth.
Yay.
Pillars of Eternity.
Amazing yay.
Skyforge. Tyranny.
Apparently
Pillars
that
of
was okay.
Eternity 2.
That was all right.
Outer Worlds. All right.
I like it.
And then Grounded, which is scheduled to come
You
out.
could say all right, but to my point, its strengths are right, the dialogue and the story. Maybe the dialogue.
The dialogue, because it's funny. It's hard to be funny in gaming. And most of the time, unless you're being over the top, it's I don't know, man. Like over the top is Beautiful Joe.
Borderlands.
Is no God Hand.
So you mean over the top in a subtle way, like a
No, it's subtle.
Hobo with a shotgun way, where it takes itself seriously, but it's crazy over the top.
No, I mean over the top in the sense of one of the bosses you fight are 2 gay guys that are like, oh, it's just my offensive, and they do hard gay moves to you all the time. So they'll backflip off of each other, or they'll spring each other up by like their dicks and jump towards you.
I did not.
I'm surprised the game was made. To be honest,
that's awesome.
Or Super Sentai, where you fight a bunch of little people who are the Power Rangers, and they speak like, oh, we're gonna missile, and they like flip all over the place. Yeah, the game had no fucks. If there's any credit I can give the game, they didn't care. They said, we're gonna produce some shit. We're gonna offend some people.
So it's
But here we are.
Basically, Freddy Got Fingered, the video game.
I think it handled better. I think gameplay is a good factor in that game. It's enjoyable. It's fun. I gotta take you on a trip on that game because you'll probably do a couple of these. Like, holy shit, we're doing what now? It's
awesome.
weird. Poison chihuahuas. What? Game's fucking crazy, dude. But it is what it is. Anyway,
that's all my stories.
My story was I said Ebola. The the coronavirus is interfering with multiple elements of gaming. game development, the PS4, PS5, and the the new Xbox. What's it called again?
I don't fucking know. Xbox.
Might be it might affect their production because the production is in China. And if there's an increase in, like, people have been turned away, by the way, competitive players. Infiltration is one. He arrived in the Middle East and they turned him around. Yeah, they said go the fuck back home. But the thing is I think he might have actually had it.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, why the fuck are you traveling then? I gotta look at the tweet again, but he posted about it. He's one of the guys I follow. And then who else? Multiple companies pulled out of E3 normally, even without a virus, because everyone's moving on from E3. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are pulling out from E3. A lot of people pulled out from are potentially pulling out from GDC, which is in August, but still. And then there's also people that pulled out. Sony pulled out from PAX East and PAX West, and that was supposed to be when you got your first hands-on play of Last of Us. So it's weird marketing if you think about it, because at the end of the day, no one's going to know how that game looks in the sense of like actually getting it in your hands until it's close to that date. You're going to have like a month before the game drops, which fucking do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready to. Did I ever tell you how I beat the first Last of Us?
No.
On stream in front of everybody. It was with Leo and James, yeah. And by the time we got to the end of it, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was a weekend affair. And I didn't even know it was a good game.
Oh, this was before you knew how great it was?
Yeah, because I got the game right when it came out. And I don't know what it was. I just got out of the military, so it was a different sort of era for me where I was just like not concerned with like reviews or anything like that. And I was like, I'll just play it. And then I remember getting through to it, and I got to the end, and Leo was visibly pissed because of how it ends. Because it's so what's it called? It's so objective or subjective. Yeah, as far as to how you can interpret what happened, what all that stuff means.
Genius.
You know, I thought it was great, but it still hit me.
Yeah.
Right? When I was, you know.
That was my second game after coming back to video games from being PC only.
That's a good one to do it. That, and I don't think BioShock was PC, was it?
It might have been, but I played it. That was my first one. That's when
I
played on
I remember. Yeah. And you're just like, God damn.
Cool.
Maybe you guys doing a good job here. Maybe there's something going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. But the main reason I was bringing it up is I think we should do a what's called on it when it drops.
Oh, like just play through it?
Play through it.
How long do you think it'll be? 40 hours?
No, 19 to 20.
Then you want to dedicate a day?
It'd probably have to be 2 days.
Oh, okay.
So if you're cool with me sleeping over one day, then yes. And then you know what that means? You can just bleed over into Sunday for some wrestling. Call it a da.
That'll be cool.
But yeah, that was my main sort of story thing, was the virus is actually affecting a lot of other things. We'll see if it affects production, though. I'm pretty sure the corporate Sony and Microsoft are like, I don't care if you got sick. They're gonna pull a Vince McMahon. Get the fuck in the ring.
I just hope that it reduces real estate prices somehow.
Hey, me too, man. Me too. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, what do you guys hope the coronavirus achieves here in America? Put the comments down below. Thank you, JD, for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. Do you have anything to say to the people?
Fucking wash your hands, damn it. Wash your hands, cover your mouth when you sneeze, and cough. And don't die.
I do 1 out of those 3. Make sure you do the same. All right. I'll see you guys in the future. Bye-bye.
Bye.